Hey everybody, welcome to episode 5 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. We're still in season 2, Duna or Bust, but we're going to take a little detour to work on a potential rover and give it a test by driving it around the Kerbal Space Center and collecting as much science as we can possibly find. So, hang tight. Okay, when we last left off, we had our career mode here with 362,000 funds. A fair bit of reputation. Looks like we're not quite halfway up the chain, and 2,283 science to spend. So, first things first, we'll head into the science research and development and spend a bunch of science. Now we can access a lot of these other higher nodes. I am going to pick up heavy aerodynamics because holy crapola, that's a lot of money for those parts. We're going to get these parts on demand. Sounds like we got more money than science. We might need to end our current strategy to turn funds into science, because we have plenty of science coming in now. We're going to research nuclear engines. We need a nuclear engine right now. I know that for a fact, because we're planning multiple trips to Duna. I would also like to get field science, which allows us to do some rovery type stuff, and we'll grab those parts too for 32,000 funds. I want to get high-powered electronics, which gives us the fuel cell, and the bigger solar panel and bigger batteries. We'll also get a bigger thermal control system. 69,000 funds for that. And the rest of this stuff we'll just purchase as needed. Electronics, seismic accelerator, that's always good to have. That's more science. So we're going to go ahead and grab that as well. Unmanned tech, science tech. We'll grab this science tech here. How am I doing? I have room for one more of these. Large volume containment, which would then allow us to use these heavier rocketry things later on. Advanced metalworks. Could be useful, and composites, and unmanned tech. You know what? I'll grab large volume containment, even though I'm not going to use it right away. Or, here's what I can do. We will get these lower nodes done, and exactly enough for specialized control. Okay, we've burned through our funds. We only have 132,000 now. So, I'm actually going to end this strategy so we can get more funds coming in, because, you know, 20% of funds income is actually starting to get on us here. Yes, we'll go ahead and cancel that strategy. And we can keep that one. We'll keep our reputation is doing fine. We have a little reputation going towards science. Now we need to take a look at contracts that are available. I see one to do science data from the surface of Ike, which gives us a nice little cash advance. We know we can get to Ike. Now we just need to build a rover that's capable of landing on Ike. So we'll grab that one. I wonder if oh, that one's a never expires. Trying to see suborbital spaceflight on Duna and specific orbiter on the moon, equatorial orbiter on Eve, test something, temperature scans on the moon. Alright, doesn't look like we can get any 2-star prestigious ones for Kerbin. Land on Duna. Just cycling through contracts here to see what we can get. Perform temperature scans of Ike. Yes, we'll take that. Sounds like Ike is going to be our mission of choice here. Interesting. Complete the Moon 3 course. Fly by Ike, fly by Duna, and fly by the Moon. That one would actually be quite easy to do, and it gives us a good cash advance. I like it. And science data from space around Kerbin, we can always pick that up for a little bit of money in science. And basically trip over that one. Okay. Build a new orbital station around Duna. That's a nice huge cash advance, and I bet we could do this. Not in this mission, but maybe the later one. A 5 Kerbal facility built around Duna. Turn on some ice. I think we should take this contract. Mainly, well, no, we'll wait. We'll wait. We're aiming for Ike. New surface outpost on the moon, VIPs. What about these 2 stars? Cycle through those. See if we get anything good going on here. Solar orbit. How about 3 stars? Can't expire that one. Land on Duna. Can't expire that one either. Okay, well, we're going to grab this land on Duna just for the sake of having it in our coffers for the cash advance for later. 663,000 funds. Now we can go back to R&D with these cash advances and get any of these. Oh my God, never mind. 495,000 funds for those parts. Just checking my nodes to make sure I have everything. Alright, that's good enough for me. Okay. We are going to set a rover down on Ike. The question is... Hang on, let's check our missions. Active missions. Complete the Moon 3 course. This is just some flybys. Temperature scans of Ike. Below and above. So that's basically orbital stuff. Science data from the surface. Any science data. Explore Ike. Which is to say, we still need to finish landing on Ike and transmitting science from Ike. So we don't actually need a rover for this particular mission. But there is a whole bunch of science to be had around the Kerbal Space Center. If we build a rover. There's a bunch of science to be had. So I'm going to go ahead and build a rover and just use it in this episode, this bonus feature, this building of the Probonidine Rovemate. Keyboard controls are backwards in this thing. Okay. Utility. Well, actually here. Command and control pods. Yes. We'll stick on a chair of driving. And we'll stick on some wheels of wheeling. Just want to use these little wheels here. The Rove... Okay, what does Rovemate give us anyway? Stability assist. I don't even know why we'd need stability assist. Utility. Let's go with bigger wheels. It's going to be awfully long. Do I have any structural? What do I have as far as structural stuff goes? I can... That girder's too big. But if we maybe stick something here and here, we can then attach some wheels to them. Like so. This one will disable the motor. And this one we will lock the steering wheel. There we go. It's a pretty nice looking little thing. This thing's got some electrical charge. It will need solar panels to keep on trucking on, for the purpose of keeping on trucking on. And some mobility enhancers to help our guy climb on and off. And science experiments. We're going to need a bunch of them. So, a nice thermometer. That thing's too big. Stick an antenna over here. Seismic accelerometer. A little bit of mystery goo up front. Presmat. Yeah. Now for some solar panels. They aren't the straightest solar panels in the world. Yeah, maybe I can do this a different way. Maybe we can use... Stick 1x6 photovoltaic right there. And again, even okay, I can't. That ought to do pretty good. Little guy roving around, doing stuff. This is the Science Center Crew Exploration Vehicle. Crew. Oh, it can't have any crew on it. So the question is, apparently it doesn't need crew. It can just drive around. Just doesn't have any torque on it, does it? Turning, driving. Although, we did want to have our guy be able to drive it around for the sake of crew reports and surface samples and things like that. Well, that's kind of a fun design, but it doesn't ultimately do what I need it to. So, utility. How much electric charge do you have? Not enough. I want more for the purpose of storing energy for transmission. You don't need torque. And really, we can just go with a structural fuselage on this thing and stick down some wheels. Now it occurs to me, if we're bringing this form factor, we should get the Science Junior. Okay, now another structural fuselage right back there. See how this center of mass looks with that. So this structural fuselage doesn't have any weight. It doesn't have any weight in it, so it's hard to, you know, these wheels up here have all the weight. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, sort of put two wheels up here. And that doesn't really help. Maybe structural is not the way to go. Now that might actually have a much bigger impact on the center of mass if I stick it back here, which it does. That's a little better. All right, now science experiments to be placed on board. Temperature scanner, seismic accelerometer. Oops. Goo containment. Gravioli accelerometer. And we can put a quick antenna, a nice fast one. 2 mits per second, 7 mits per 0.7 mits per second. Okay, now, how about some solar power? Another way to take the center of gravity and really move it is to go like so. Okay, there's our rover. Disable the motor there. Lock the steering there. And back to utility, we need a ladder. With which to get off this thing and on this thing. Which one of these is longer? Yeah, this one can go. And that's it for the Science Center's crew excursion vehicle. Let's put it to use. One thing I want to do, though, is put it to use with a scientist. Alright, so here we are on the runway. Let's extend our panels, make sure we got power coming in. We can extend the Commutron and make sure it's not going to cause any problems. Nope, it's fine. Alright. A crew report on the runway. An EVA flying over Kerbal shores. Let's get an EVA on the actual runway itself. Kersplat as she falls down. EVA report. It's worth a little bit. Take a surface sample. Worth a little bit. Climb on up here. And on board we go. Log our temperature. Log some seismic data. Log some pressure data. And doing a materials-based study. So now the routine would be for her to EVA, sort of walk over here, collect this data and restore the experiment. Take all this data. And we're back on board. So if we review what we have here, we now have all this stuff. This can be transmitted. One second, I got a lunch order to make. Okay. So we've got this funny little rover guy here. He is currently on the runway. Let's drive somewhere. Each of these wheels is controlled independently. Okay, so we're driving. Let's go this way. Actually, we can drive down the runway ways. Any idea how fast 8 meters per second actually is? It's 28 miles an hour, or 28 kilometers an hour. So it's about 15 meters per second. It's probably as fast as we realistically want to go. That's about 50 kilometers an hour. Whoa, and there goes my solar panels. So we really got to watch that. I think what we'll do instead of these guys for this here particular mission is just stack on a couple of those. Oh, oh, oh. And of course I gotta do that last little bit of tweaks here. Disable this motor. So this steering is locked. This steering is locked. It's starting to get warm in my room. Okay. This thing's got a lot of electrical charge. Brakes. Hit the brakes. Okay, let's do the same thing again. Get a crew report. Where's that? Observations. She can EVA. Get on over here. Collect and reset. Collect and reset. Collect it. Collect it. Collect it. And back on board. And we're driving. There we go. So again, I don't want to get going any more faster than about you know what? 10 kilometers per second is good to me. I guess we can punch it and get to 15 or so. Using a little electrical charge to make this thing go. Charging up as we coast. We're going to go to all sorts of different places around the Kerbal complex here and get lots of data. Sort of in preparation for us to be able to do this in other places like Ike. Off-road, here we go. Whee! So the area around Kerbal Space Center is great for testing out these types of vehicles. His building's all patched up. Okay. Get a crew report, transmit that. EVA, flying over Kerbal shores. I wonder if I forgot that one on the runway. I'll get it in a bit. EVA report and a surface sample. Get our ladder extended so I can get back up easier. Excuse me. In fact, I might as well just get up now and then do my collection from the surface, from the top of this thing. Up we go. Okay. Collect that and restore. Collect that and restore. Take this. Take this. Oops. Take this. And we come back around and get back on once again. We will review and transmit what we can. Board. Review. Transmit that. Keep it, 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 keep. Okay. Unlock the brakes. Let's back it up and head to the next building. Which is, I don't know, that one. That one over there. This is the tracking station. Bring our guy to a stop once again. Parking brakes. Get our observations once again. One crew report. Transmit that. EVA report. Surface sample. Collect it. Restore it. Collect it and restore it. So that's one thing that scientists can do. They can restore experiments that have been that otherwise wouldn't be able to be. I need to take this data. Okay. And we're back on board for the next one. Where to next? The VAB maybe? And then those buildings back there. We're going to be in the shadow. Oh no, back it up. Alright, back it up. Okay. The brakes. Just go through all the assignments, experiments over and over and over again. Kerplop. Onto the ground with you, and EVA report, and a surface sample. Collect and reset. Collect and reset. Check my text message. Oop, grab on and climb up. Over here, over there. Take it, take it, take it. And once again, transmit the stuff that we can. We're building up quite a library of science here. Transmit that as well. Alright. That's the vehicle assembly bay. We've done that one, we've done that one, we've done that one. Alright, turn this way. Oop, brakes off. $8 meters per second is good enough for me for now, considering that all I have to do is drive over there. And then there. I think this is all part of the same research and development complex. But this is the spaceplane hangar, I think. Maybe it's mission control. I don't know. We're going to find out. And there's the flag. Should definitely stop by the flag too. Let's see what we've got going on here. Log it. Log it. Log it. Observe it. Observe it. Report it. Transmit it. EVA it. Report it. And sample it. Climb on up. This thing's rolling away on me. Collect it. Restore it. Collect it. Restore it. Take it, and take it. Just looking for full blue bars to transmit here. Getting harder and harder to find among all the other stuff that we have. Okay. Keep wanting to hit map. Tap the brakes. Head off to the next one. So there are two buildings out there. With the flagpole and then that thing. Oh, stopping. Okay, that's the astronaut complex. Apparently we've already done that. And what's this? There we go. Already did the crew report. EVA. Falling down. Falling down on the job there. Was it Andra? EVA. Surface sample. Collect it and restore it. Collect it and restore it. Because it wasn't close enough to take all this stuff. We have so much stuff here now. It doesn't seem like a lot. You know, 3 science here, 9 science there. But so this whole thing, all the research and development, oh, we went there. I don't know if we've done this one yet. I don't think we have. I'll drive through it. And then we'll head over there to the tracking station. Slowing down, coming down to a stop. Oh, shoot. For some reason, I neglected to restore this one. But as a scientist, she can also observe things outside of the cockpit, which is awesome. Get on the ground here for our ground experiments. Okay, there we go. 42 stored data now. A lot of experiments to cycle through in this. We are driving to here and then the launch pad, pretty much. Now the question is, could I build this as a pod with sufficient, I mean, I should be able to, but I want to build it as a pod with sufficient power to be able to drogue down onto the surface of Duna, or of Ike or something. Get back to the surface and rendezvous with the mothership. If for no other reason than to just transfer the data. Get a crew report, transmit that. You can go ahead and EVA and get your stuff done. Your EVA stuff done. EVA. Surface sample. Grabbing this data here. Transmit all the stuff we have. Or all the stuff I want to transmit. Okay. Where am I? Brakes. To the launch pad. That's the last one. And then we're ready to get on to our actual mission of landing something on Ike and returning it. Ike is not quite as big as the moon. It takes 390 delta V to reach to land and return. To land, and the return trip would be another 390. So basically 800 delta V. If I aimed for 1,000 delta V, that gives me enough to fish around for a landing spot. A little 4x4 action. Excellent. That was intentional. It was a test. Okay, hit the brakes right here and get all of our other experiments done in this place. Pretty sure a crew report. I haven't done a crew report from the launch pad. Really? Wow. Let go. Get our last little bit of stuff here. EVA report. 1 surface sample. Oh no. There we go. Collect, yes, and restore. Collect, yes, and restore. Take data. Take data, and take data. On board we go. Review what we got. I don't know why I'm transmitting that, because I could have just as easily recovered it. But it's a good habit to be in, to transmit back the stuff that you can transmit back. So, that's what I'm doing. There's a lot of data on board this ship. Okay, let's recover it. $308 science is what I got, so far from this thing. Full recovery, no XP gain, that's fine. And that 308 science is going to go directly towards miniaturization. And that gives us all the basement science nodes here, plus these things. That's it for episode 5. Tune in for episode 6 when we try and make something new that's Duna worthy for landing on Ike. Until then, goodbye!